Hey everyone, today I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step process on how to host your website on your EC2 instance. So first, I'm going to launch an EC2 instance. Uh, Remember, you can access your EC2 instance from if from your recently visited, or alternatively, you can just search here, or you can click on the services here, and then from the drop down or from the service that will appear, you can select your EC2 instance. So I'm going to access my EC2 instance uh, web services from Amazon Web Services from recently visited. So I'm going to click on EC2 and I'm going to launch. I'm going to launch a new one. So I'm going to give it a name. Let's say server web. Then I'm going to leave my operating system as Amazon Linux, and then instance type. I'm going to use the T2 micro. That's under free tier. Then the key pair, I can pick the one that I had already created, or alternatively I can create a new one. Let's create a new one. Let's say I'm going to give it a key pair server web, then sub ppk, then click create. Then after that, I'm going to leave the network settings as they are. I'm going to allow SSH traffic from anywhere. Then under configuration storage, I'm going to leave as it is. Then I'm going to launch my EC2. We'll give it 1 to 3 minutes. So it's still pending here. So we'll wait until it's up and running and it has to have passed the status check. I'll keep refreshing here until it's up and running and it has passed the status check. Yeah, it's up and running and it has passed the status check. So I'm going to SSH to my EC2 instance. So from the management console, so I'm going to click connect here. As you can see, I'll be connecting to my EC2 instance as an EC2 user. First, I'm going to switch to root user. So I'm going to do sudo switch user. I'm now logged in as a root user, as you can see here. So from there, I'm going to install Apache. That's the web server. It will download all the packages and install the web server. So this is the command that I'm going to use, yum install http. We'll wait until it's complete. Yeah, it's complete. I've already installed the web server. So from there, I'm going to check the status. So this is the command that you'll use to check the status of your Apache systemctl status. It's loaded, but it's still inactive, as you can see here. So the next thing is to enable my HTTPD. So I'm going to run this command. Um, just going to change status to enable. Then I'm going to check the status again. I'm going to start it. Remember, each and every time you install a service, you have to start it. I'm going to start HTTPD. Then I'm going to check the status to see if still inactive. I'm just going to check status. Okay, it's active. It's now active right now. So we have installed our web server. So I'm going to create a directory. Let's say give it a name. Uh, Give it a name Kevin, or I can give it a name web. All right, so I'm going to cd into the web directory that I've just created. Now into my cd direct cd into my web directory. So I'm going to check the contents of the web directory, see if there's anything in it. So I have total files inside my web directory. So I'm web files. I'm going to download the zip file of the website that I'm going to host onto my EC2 instance, and using this command. So it's wget, then the URL, the website that I intend to host onto my EC2 instance. Yeah, it's already downloaded. So remember the name of the zip file is gravita.zip. So I'm going to ls to check if there is something inside my web directory. Here you can see we have the zip files of the personal website that I intend to host onto my EC2 instance inside my web directory. So I'm going to unzip the zip files. So I'm going to unzip Gravita. That's the name of the zip file that I've just downloaded. If I do ls, if I check the content of my web directory, yeah, we have now the zip file and then the HTML file. So I'm going to move all the files from the web directory to a HTML folder. So this just to enable us to convert all the zip file contents into a web server. So I'm going to use this command, move, that means all, here www/html. So I'm going to change directory from the web directory into HTML directory to see if we have all the zip file contents moved from the web directory into HTML. So I'm going to cd to var HTML. Then I'm going to do the ls, check the contents of the HTML directory. Yeah, you see, we already have now the Gravita and the HTML file moved from the web directory into the HTML directory. So I'm going to check if I already hosted my website onto my EC2 instance. So I'm going back to my EC2 instance, copy the public IP address, open a new tab, paste that IP address, and then reload. Give it some few seconds to see if we can access our website publicly. Yeah, we're being told that this site can't be reached. This means there's an issue with the configuration settings. So I'm going back to my EC2 instance and I'm going to adjust my configuration settings under security. So security groups, I'm going to check my inbound rules. As you can see, we had only allowed SSH. We need to edit and add other rules, enable HTTP and HTTPS. So I'm going to add a rule here that will allow traffic to HTTP from anywhere, and also add another rule that will allow traffic to HTTPS from anywhere. So I'm going to save the rules and then I'm going back to where I had pasted my public IP address and reload to see if it works. Yeah, it works. So that's how you can host your personal website onto your EC2 instance. Thank you all for watching and let me know if you have any questions.